Hi everyone, I'm Melissa and welcome to the Foodies Guide to the Galaxy. In today's episode, we're going to be putting together a cheese platter with making our own baked brie cheese as well as sesame seed water crackers. So we're going to start off by making the water crackers. This is pretty easy. All we're going to need is 1 cup of plain flour and 20 mils of melted butter and 80 mils of water. You can put that all in the bowl. Here, there's some butter and the water, and then we're just going to combine it and knead it. You might want to put this on the bench to knead if you don't feel like you're getting enough within the bowl. But you're going to knead it until it is quite, that the dough will bounce back when you push it. And you might need a bit of force too, so don't hesitate to be tough with the dough. Beat it around if you need to. And you don't have to just use sesame seeds. You could use cumin seeds, nigella seeds, maybe put a bit of paprika in it as well. Anything you like. Almost bouncing back. Yeah, it's bouncing back to form. A bit slower, so maybe it could do a little bit more, but you should see it come back up once you push it in. So once you've got that, just beat it a little bit more just to make sure. You can then put your seed of choice or flavor of choice into these water crackers. So today we're going to use sesame seed. You probably just need like half a teaspoon or so. You could probably put a little bit more in. Whatever you feel like the necessary quantity to go into it. And now what we're going to do is roll the dough out. So on a floured surface, you can break the dough up into little rolls before you start rolling it out. And we're going to go out for long flat sheets. Actually, that's one thing I forgot. Turn the oven on. We're going to want the oven at about 200 degrees. So if you roll a bowl into it, that's probably a bit too much, but we'll see how we go. We can always break it up. Oops. And flour rolling pin. They're going to roll it out flat into long sheets. Hold it back if you need to. Yeah, this bit is probably a little bit too thick, but you can stretch it out. You don't need to worry about it looking perfect. It can come up to any kind of shape because these will cook really quick in the oven and will also reduce in shape a little bit with the heat. And whatever you think is best serving size as well. So this one's probably a little bit too big, but we can break it up after we get it out of the oven. So they just go onto a non-stick baking pan. I'll do a couple of others. There we go. That's a better one. And also you can freeze the dough. If you just wrap it in Glad wrap, it'll be good in the freezer for about 3 months. So you don't have to do this each time you want to do a cheese platter. You can prep the dough and have them in whatever size bowls that you want to store in the freezer, and then all it is rolling it out when you have guests coming over. that shouldn't take too long, but and just leave them in the oven until they go golden brown and take them out. With the baked brie cheese, all you need is a dish, a round dish, and it big enough to fit whatever size cheese that you bought. So this one fits in there and it can come out all right. And this one, I think we're going to use some baking paper to line the dish to reduce the cleaning, because in this baked brie cheese, we're going to use some honey, garlic, and almonds. So that honey is going to stick a lot to the bowl, so this will make it a lot easier to clean. So if we just push the paper down into the dish, remove the packaging from the cheese, that should go right in there, okay? A bit squishy, but it'll be fine once it starts to heat up. Garlic, we're just going to use a couple of cloves. You won't need too many for this kind of dish. Even one is probably going to be enough. Unless you really love garlic, you can put more in. But if we just remove the skin from the garlic, with this clove of garlic, we're just going to slice it long ways into small, like fairly thin slices, because what we're going to do is cut slices within the cheese to shove these pieces of garlic in. So just put some incisions randomly throughout the cheese. And just shove the pieces of garlic through it. Now, with the honey, we're going to just drizzle some honey into the dish. This one is pure honey from Coranda, really yummy and good. You probably want maybe like a tablespoon or so of honey around the dish. It'll eventually fall down the sides there, or you can give it a little bit of a hand in rotating it through the dish. Once you have your dish like that, this can also go into the oven for about 10-15 minutes. If you overcook this, the cheese will melt a lot and it'll make it really hard when serving, so don't try and leave it in there for too long. While that's in the oven, we can start preparing our cheese board. With this cheese board, what I was planning to have on it was some olives that we can serve in a little dipping sauce dish. If we have enough space, some olive tapenade, along with the baked brie cheese, some goat's cheese, because I think that'll complement it nicely, as well as some aged cheddar, along with some figs, because I think fruit goes really nice on a cheese board with some cheese and some cured meat. And we've got some salami and prosciutto as well to put on. So with the layout, I like to start off with adding the crackers first. So along with the water crackers that we've made, I always think you should have more than one cracker on a board. So this one has some pumpkin seeds and cranberry in it, as well as some wafer crackers to add. While preparing the board, don't forget to check on your crackers throughout the process, because you don't want them to burn. So might start with cutting up the figs to put on the board. And I'll just quickly, before taking the crackers out of the oven, put the olives into the little dish. So as you can see, I'll try and get that up. Yeah, they're just a little bit brown now. They maybe could have lasted in there another minute, but I didn't want to risk it. So, but you can see they've puffed up a little bit, and the sesame seeds, probably I could have toasted them prior so you could see them throughout the cracker a little bit more. But yeah, there's sesame seeds throughout that as well, because then you can fill it up in there and they can sort of be resting. That one has a bit of flour on it. And especially with that bigger one that I've made, we can crack it up in there as well. It's a bit hot still. Okay, I'll let them cool down for a second. So let's add some of the cheese. You probably don't need to have this whole block on it, so I'm just going to put half of it. And that one can maybe be placed there. Add onto there. Place some of the figs around it. A lot of shops now are selling like the deli meat platters with all the prosciutto, salami, suppressor and stuff like that already pre-packaged, which are really good for these kind of events. But because I already had some prosciutto in the fridge, I've just bought the salami separately. But they can go around the board as well. You can fold the salami up to have it neatly on the plate. Let's add some prosciutto on. This one should now be cool enough to touch. This massive one I made earlier, we can break into a couple of pieces. Should be fine. Yeah. Then someone won't feel awkward when they pick up that piece. Now we're just waiting for the brie to finish in the oven. It probably needs about another 5 minutes to bring it up to that 15-minute mark. Just be careful of the honey that's in there, that doesn't overboil. But on this board, what we've had is some garlic olives, salami, prosciutto, goat's cheese, as well as an aged cheddar with a couple of different crackers and figs. You could also use apple or pear rather than figs on cheese boards, or maybe a red grape. Even now you can buy some semi-dried sultanas as well, so they're also quite nice, and they complement like a goat's cheese or a tartar cheese a little bit more if you had blue cheese on there. And yeah, the water crackers that we made earlier with sesame seeds in them. And remember, you could also add whatever you want into these crackers as well. Nigella seeds, cumin seeds are also quite nice. If you wanted to spread a bit of paprika to give it a little bit of color as well. Maybe with these flaked almonds, could have added them on maybe a few minutes before taking them out to give them a little bit more color and to brown them on there. And this baking paper is going to save you heaps of time afterwards for cleaning as well. And there you have it, a cheese board with water crackers that you've made yourself, as well as a baked brie cheese to add something different to the traditional cheese platter. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the cheese platter we put together today will be a hit next time you have friends over for an afternoon wine or drink. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel here and follow me on Instagram here. Thank you. Bye. Ah, here we go. I'm gonna have to compose a little bit. Cheerio! I should, okay. Click, click.